Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about a new map that got revealed for Modern Warfare 2, some bonus announcements from Call of Duty, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and make sure you have notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Cold War Year 2, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2, and any other future Call of Duty as well. Infinity Ward has reminded us that you can get locked and loaded for the first weekend of the Modern Warfare 2 beta. Pre-orders through PlayStation can download the MWII beta beginning tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. Of course, I'm posting this video on a Tuesday, so if you guys are watching this any later than that, then the preload should be live for PlayStation as of Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific. Now, I do have some more to clarify regarding preloads and early access to the beta, which we're going to get into deeper into this video because it is real important. But today, some mistakes were made with the latest playlist update over in Warzone. So instead of getting our usual refresh of game modes for Caldera, Rebirth, Fortune's Keep, we ended up getting QA Bot, the playtest, and QA playlist there, as you can see. I don't know what would have happened if you clicked on any of these playlists. I'm assuming your game would have probably crashed, but if you guys happen to have seen these game modes when they were live for a couple of minutes, let me know what happened down below in the comments. I know this was fixed rather quickly, probably within 10 minutes tops, and we did end up getting our correct playlist for our Battle Royale maps, and it's always funny to see them make jokes about this over on Twitter. But we then went ahead and got a very interesting tweet that I don't think anybody expected, which was Call of Duty asking us to like their tweet because every 500 likes would reveal a new portion of this TAC map for one of the multiplayer maps coming to Modern Warfare 2, also presumably a map that we're going to be playing in the multiplayer beta. Now, they did refer to the map as one of their favorites, so at first we were all thinking maybe it's the TAC map for Grand Prix, since they already gave us a preview of the map a couple of months ago, and the developers also said that that is one of their all-time favorite maps for MW2. But as the minutes went by, I mean, it only took about 10 minutes before they ended up revealing the entire TAC map here, we quickly realized that this map actually isn't Grand Prix and does seem to be the museum map, which also got leaked a couple of months ago. I know concept art had surfaced on Twitter somehow after a Warzone mobile data mine. Charlie Intel even confirmed today that this is indeed the museum map, and I'm also aware that there was an Infinity Ward video posted, I think a couple of weeks ago, and in the background of that video, you could see on somebody's monitor gameplay on what looks like the museum map, which does also line up with real-life images of apparently what the museum is based off of, since it looks like Modern Warfare 2 is going to have some multiplayer maps set in real places. Now, the Ghostophobe is also claiming that the layout of this museum map is similar to Raid, which is pretty cool. I guess that whole high-class, prestigious type of environment is what we're going to be expecting here in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, and I do expect after COD Next, or even during the event itself, we should be getting a list of all multiplayer maps that will be playable during weekend 1 of the beta, and maybe they'll add in some extra bonus maps throughout weekend 2 of the beta. Now, I'm going to assume right now this map is meant to be maybe a medium-sized map, but we have to wait till we actually get in game to judge that. It could be a much larger map, and maybe we're just not getting the right view from this TAC map right here, but hopefully it plays well. I know leakers out there have said that the launch maps of MW2 are infinitely better than the ones we had in MW19, and the maps that we're getting in this game are very similar to some of the DLC maps that we got in MW19, which were received a lot better than that game's launch content. Now, it also does appear that this is a 3-lane map. I'm not saying all multiplayer maps going forward have to be 3-lane for me to enjoy them. I don't think that's really ever the case, at least in my opinion, but I think more 3-lane maps and more arcadey type of experiences that still are rooted in realism to fit Modern Warfare's atmosphere would be more beneficial for the multiplayer community that just wasn't a fan of a lot of the map design that we saw in MW19. Now, you guys have probably also noticed that Call of Duty has been doing these countdown posts to COD Next every other day. They did one with 5 days to go, they skipped day 4, they did one with 3 days to go, which was yesterday, and today we didn't get one, even though there's 2 days left to go before COD Next. So I'm assuming tomorrow, when there's 1 day left, we'll end up getting a new countdown post, which will probably have a new sneak peek at some game mode icons, perks, possibly a TAC map somewhere in there. I know for the last couple of days where we did get one, there were some pretty cool teasers left in there. I know yesterday we specifically got to see Scavenger, Overkill, Spotter, even the Cranked mode. People out there were pointing out High Alert and even an unknown perk that we don't know much about yet. But in the recent video that I posted about this countdown post, I did talk about the entire list of perks that we know about so far, both returning ones and even newer ones that we don't know much about. But if you tie this into a recent report by Insider The Ghost of Hope, he did say, and I quote, "Not giving details on specific perks, but the way MW2 is approaching perks is that you can choose 4. This means you could choose 2 in the first first column, one in the second, and one in the third. From what I was told, the first column is more of choosing your play style, and I wonder if that's going to kind of coincide with the combat pacing, which we do know is also coming back in Modern Warfare 2. I mean, hey, there's a slight chance that it doesn't, but a lot of reliable insiders and scoopers have claimed that it is, because it was a successful component of Vanguard after all. So I think combining column 1 perks with combat pacing could really make for shipment-like gameplay on any map that you probably want. Now, we also got a very unexpected announcement from GMC. So they went ahead and tweeted, "What you never saw coming is coming. Tune in September 15th on Call of Duty Next at 1 p.m. Eastern to see hashtag National Video Games Day, hashtag Call of Duty, and COD Next." And I'm like, wait a second, GMC out of nowhere with the ad insert for Call of Duty. That's definitely unexpected, but maybe there's a possibility GMC comes out with an actual truck in the next year that has the MWII icon on it or the Ghost icon. Or actually what it could be is something that I did see briefly earlier today on Twitter, which is that GMC trucks are within the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. One of the recent intel drops, people pointed out a GMC truck just sitting there. So maybe there's going to be this cross-marketing type situation where there will be GMC truck skins inside of the game, and then maybe in real life GMC will put out an exclusive truck that has MW2's artwork on it or something. I mean, who knows what this could mean, but leave all your best bets down below in the comments. Definitely a very interesting partnership, which kicks off the beginning of COD 2.0. Now, Charlie Intel also just posted the PC beta system requirements for Modern Warfare 2. So if for some reason you don't meet some of these requirements, you have a little bit of time to upgrade your PC or find another one before the beta does begin on PC next weekend. So as they put here, for OS, Windows 10 obviously 64-bit, Intel Core i5 3570 or AMD Ryzen 5 16X. We have the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960 or the AMD Radeon RX 470. About 3 gigs of video memory, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 25 gigabytes of storage, DirectX compatible. We have NVIDIA down there for recommended graphics drivers, 516.79, AMD 21.9.1, and then all specifications require a broadband network connection and DirectX 12 compatible system. Now, the recommended specs for the public beta do mention Windows 10 64-bit, latest update, Intel Core i7 4770K or AMD Ryzen 7 1800X, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 or AMD Radeon RX 580, 3 gigabytes of video memory, 16 gigabytes of RAM this time, 25 gigabytes of storage space, and it also is DirectX compatible. Now, the Ghost of Hope has also shared an image of what appears to be the Lynx sniper that we had back in some other Call of Duties back in the day, and that seems to be coming back at some point in Modern Warfare 2. It's unclear if it's at launch or later in the game's DLC cycle, and a diagram was put together a couple of weeks ago of every weapon that we know about so far that's coming to the game. Many of these will be returning from MW19. Some of these will end up being some weapons that we had in the classic MW2, and a couple of other weapons will also be brand new and maybe based on some real life weapons that haven't been in Call of Duty yet. And I do think a fair amount of these will also be available in the beta. But as you guys are aware of, I am very excited about the Honey Badger, my all-time favorite AR from Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, going back to what I was saying earlier about early access to the beta, so something interesting got confirmed today, and I know you guys are probably aware about some of this, but here it goes. Gamestop has reminded us that you can pre-order MW2 right now to not only get a steelbook, which is exclusive to the United States. That's unfortunate. I know other people out there might be interested in this one. You'll also get a poster and what is being called last chance open beta access. So from my understanding, before this got announced today, I never saw any marketing anywhere from GameStop that suggested that getting a physical copy would give you access to the beta. Not sure why it took so long to confirm that, but what it looks like here is that you don't get campaign early access by picking up a physical copy of Modern Warfare 2. So if you don't care about the campaign and you really want that steelbook, then pick this up. But if you definitely want to get access to the early access campaign and the beta, pick up a digital edition, because it's like I said in a recent video, even on the podcast, it is unfortunate when different retailers offer different exclusives, because it makes you have to pick and choose what you really want to get from this pre-order, unless you just go ahead and pick up all copies of the game for no reason. I mean, you could do that as well, but I know personally I like physical copies of my game, but I'm really excited to get my hands on the campaign early, so I'm getting a digital copy this time around. Now, today Call of Duty also posted a brand new code of conduct to kick off the beginning of COD 2.0, and you know, saying that you wouldn't survive in an MW2 lobby from 2009 really isn't the own that you think it is, but as they put here in the code of conduct, treat everyone with respect. They put a description there about communication, compete with integrity, so progression is earned through good and clean gameplay, cheating and griefing or other threats to fair play will not be tolerated, obviously, right? And then it says stay vigilant. Working together, we can keep the game fair and fun for all. To promote an enjoyable gameplay experience, utilize in-game tools to report any incidents or inappropriate behaviors that you encounter. And as an FYI, Ricochet is releasing day one with Modern Warfare 2, and of course Warzone 2 when that comes out a couple of weeks later. here, and they put some information down below about in-game reporting, security, and enforcement, and they want to thank us all again for just continuing this community efforts of making sure that gaming is a safe environment for everybody. And what I do hope, though, is that there isn't a situation like we've had recently where if you mass report somebody, even if they're not cheating at all, but if you mass report them, it could possibly shadow ban that player for no reason, or maybe shadow ban them until an investigation happens. That's dumb, because people out there are great at the game. There's players that are infinitely better than me or a lot of us out there, and it may look like they're cheating because of how good they are at the game, but they're really not. And it sucks when people out there think it's funny to mass report them, which could actually jeopardize their ability to play the game, and that sucks. But then it's also silly when you have people actually cheating using red boxes or mods or whatever they can figure out, and then they just go along scot-free for a while. Obviously, Ricochet is not perfect. It's hopefully going to be much more improved with the release of Modern Warfare 2, but I think it is good that they're refreshing us on what's going on with this code of conduct. But last and definitely not least, Solid State Studios, the new Activision internal team leading development of Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, their website is now live at solidstate.com. I'll have that link down below if you guys are interested. And what's really interesting, though, is over the past couple of days, I've seen a lot of mobile gamers and people that maybe just cover COD Mobile full time. They've been tweeting out a lot of interesting details about Warzone Mobile, just how good the game is, how it can revolutionize mobile gaming, how beautiful the graphics look, how smooth the gameplay is, how much better it is than maybe COD Mobile's own BR. I've seen a lot of comments about this, so what I'm assuming is that some people right now have early access to Warzone Mobile, and it's maybe a build that's much later than the alpha build that we saw gameplay of on YouTube many months ago, and it is already confirmed we're going to see more about Warzone Mobile at COD Next. It's unclear if it's just going to be a gameplay trailer. Are we going to play the game? Will there be an announcement and a release date about what's going on with that experience? There's a lot of questions right now about how that's going to work, but at least from what I know and what has been confirmed, there'll be a lot of gameplay going around for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the new map that got revealed today for Modern Warfare 2? How are you feeling about the bonus announcements that may clarify some things about pre-orders and also the other news that we discussed? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.